Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. A very warm welcome to meeting number 91 of the Eloquent Elite Toastmaster Club. I'm Toastmaster Nupur Saklecha, joining you all from Mumbai, India, the land where traffic jam can last longer than our meeting. I'm truly pleased and proud to be your sergeant at arms. As sergeant at arms, it is my responsibility to make sure that everything runs smoothly like butter on hot toast. So let's go through a few simple online policies to ensure we all enjoy a seamless meeting experience. Or I request all role players to mention in to rename yourself as mentioned in general text to help the Zoom master spotlight you appropriately. Let's make sure the right person getting the spotlight, not your friend watching Netflix in the background. All Toastmaster not playing any role. Sorry, all Toastmaster not playing any role. Please prefix TM to your name. All guests, please prefix name with guest. Let's take 10 seconds to the quick activity. Consider it our warm up exercise. Please put your phone and other noise making devices on silent mode as and remove any other distraction around you. Yes, that include your pet parrot to your neighborhood loudspeakers. Let's take 5 seconds to do so. Keep our keep your audio mute throughout the meeting and unmute only when invited to speak. We love enthusiasm but not echo. Please keep your video camera on. Speaker feel more confident when see smiling face. Avoid unnecessary movement, sipping, drinking, or eating when your video is on, unless you are offering snacks to everyone. You may turn off your video if you need to step away or eat. We completely understand hunger pets. Please avoid typing in general chat box while speaker is speaking. It distracts the speaker. You can of course message individual if needed. Please note this meeting is being recording, so please smiling. And finally, please stay back after the meeting to network that where some of the best idea and friendship are born. Now I am glad to share the mission of Toastmaster. We provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in self greater confidence and personal growth. It is but natural that the Toastmaster international community is quite large after all. When we have 2,80,000 members in more than 14,000 clubs across 149 countries, you are about to make a little noise. And the best part, we have been talking, leading, and clapping enthusiastically for the last 100 years and still going strong, contributing to this grand tradition of growing confidence, communication, and inspiring leaders is our own Eloquent Elite Toastmaster Club, where Eloquent meets energy and every meeting feel like a master classes in and fun. I am now happy to introduce presiding officer of the day, our club president, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas. He has joining us all the way from Dubai, the land of shining skyline, apparently shining Toastmaster too. He is a coach and creative thinker who love organizing program of child and teens, which explain his unlimited passion with all of us adult. He has been a Toastmaster since 2019 And in this short time, he's already founded the St. Paul Toastmaster Club, Bahrain, and as proud won many hats VPE, PPM, and president. Professionally, he brings it over 2 decades of experience in the telecom and IT industry across the India and the Middle East. So whether fixing connection or making connection, he is the man of it for it. With that, let's give a round of applause to I hand over the screen to our own distinguished Toastmaster, Renosh Thomas. Over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you, Sir Digitams, Toastmaster Nupur, for that wonderful and warm welcome. And today, with a twist that put a smile on my face when you said, even this mute your mobiles, and if there's a parrot nearby. Yes, I did have a parrot in India. I was thinking, did the parrot come all the way to Dubai? But I just missed that parrot, the sound it makes. A very nice twist. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nupur. Greetings to all fellow Toastmasters and guests today. A wonderful day and smiles across. A wonderful theme, which I will not disclose, but we will have a person who will take across this. So before I start, let me call our meeting number 91 to order. I'll call our Vice President Education, Toastmaster Girija. Do we have any apologies in the agenda, or are we good to go ahead?
We are good to go. There was a small mistake and it was corrected. Thanks to our general evaluator. Thank you so much. Before the meeting, we
right.
corrected it. No apologies.
Thank you so much. And to all those present in the meeting, the agenda, the latest agenda has been put in the chat box. Please feel free to go through it and you will see how this journey takes us through. So thank you, Toastmaster Girija. Can I ask any of our members to propose the adoption of the agenda and someone to second the adoption of the agenda? Any of our members can first propose the adoption of the agenda. Toastmaster Nupur, you
Unmute
are on
yourself.
mute.
Unmute and speak. Yes.
Yes, I propose the agenda.
Okay.
So Toastmaster Nupur proposed the adoption of the agenda. Can I ask anyone to second the adoption of the agenda?
I'd like to second.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Deepak
Thank you,
Deshpande.
Dr. Deepak. With that, our agenda is adopted. And going further, I can see a few guests over here. So it's a time to introduce the guests. I'll take a few minutes. I'll request if you can just tell me your name, if you are a Toastmaster, which club you are coming from, or if you're a guest, which place, and how did you get to know us? So as I see on my screen, I can see Badria Yusuf. If you can just briefly introduce yourself.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, doing good, Badria.
Yes,
Yes, where?
yeah, actually, I'm from Dubai, from Arabic Speaker Toastmaster Club, and I'm happy actually to join this meeting by today. And I hope, يعني everything will be good, inshallah, and I will be here until end of the meeting, inshallah.
Thank you, Badria.
I'm a
Thank you
president
so much.
actually of Arabic Speaker Toastmaster Club. I'm a president, yeah.
Welcome, Madam President, to this club from Dubai. We are very close. It seems so. Definitely, we'll connect to each other.
Yes, thank
Assalamu
you very
alaikum
much.
to you.
Thank you.
All right. Then I have Toastmaster Uma Fanny. Toastmaster Uma, from which club and from which place are you joining us from? All right, I think if you are speaking, you're on mute. Okay, can I ask Toastmaster Mibin? I know you have switched on your camera, but we can't see you. If you can just introduce yourself.
Master Uma Fani is unable to unmute herself. I am trying to unmute.
Hi, Toastmaster
Can you
Mibin.
try now?
Hello, I am Vipin. I am from UA Express Toastmasters Club. I'm the Vice President Education of the club. We are also an online club. We meet every first and third Sunday from 7 to 9 UAE time, which is like 8:30 to 10:30 Indian time. So it's nice to be in the meeting. I came to know about this meeting from the District 105, the group, District 105 group. So it's nice to be in the meeting, and I gave to him, and also I had contact with Idiom Renosh earlier regarding the club and how we can collaborate with our club and Eloquent club also. So hopefully this
Thank you.
meeting
Thank
gives me
you,
the chance to
Toastmaster.
collaborate. And even though I am shared in my club groups also regarding the meeting when I gave it now. So hopefully they will join. But let's see. Hopefully,
Sure.
other than that, I invite everyone to my club also, US Club. If you are
Sure.
okay with meeting at night, like it's even though it's late at night, but
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Mibin, for joining for our meeting. Thank you so much. Got a couple of people joining from
Distinguished
Dubai.
Toastmaster Renosh,
Toastmasters.
can you unmute Uma Feni? She wants to speak, but she's not able to unmute herself. And I'm
All
also not
right.
able to.
I have sent a notification to her. Can you check Toastmaster Uma on your screen?
It's not happening,
Are
even when I tried. Yeah.
you able to unmute? Or probably you might have to log off and log in once again,
Yeah.
and then we'll catch up with you. Don't worry. We'll have a time at the end as well to network. All
Yes.
right. I think I have
Covered
that's it
everyone.
with
I
the
think.
yeah, covered everyone. Done.
There is somebody who joined Anne Jones or someone, but I don't
Yes.
see none of
Let's
them.
so we'll
Yeah.
wait, we'll wait. We'll definitely welcome each and every one of them to the meeting.
Thank you.
So welcoming all the guests and Toastmasters from across different countries to this meeting. It was the year 2000. Yep, exactly 2000. When I was in my engineering college, and there was an incident that struck me, and I wanted to share that today as we reflect upon what Toastmasters. In the engineering college, in the first years and second years, we have the mechanical subject. And it's one of the tiring subject, not because it is huge in size of the number of books, but the equipments that you have to work on. These are huge. You will sweat off the day if you have a mechanical class and if you have a practical mechanical session. So I'll just share you one such equipment on the screen right now. And this is what we call as the mechanical lathe. It's so complex. You can see all the wheels. It reminds me of some people in the ship or marines or something like that. But each and everything has a knob, the switch, the movement, and we used to cut few items. Those are made of iron to shape it using this particular equipment. So you can see how big, how heavy, how complex actually it is. So we had this session, practical session by our engineering teacher, and he taught us a few steps what to do initially. In one of the classes, as I was standing at the back, and the teacher was going to this mechanical lathe and wanted to show to us how a specific device was going to be manufactured. It's very hard. As he went on to it, put the device, which is a raw device, onto that mechanical lathe, and he was pressing his foot. You know, imagine you're in the car, you have the pedals, similar kind of pedals you think you have it in this mechanical lathe to keep it rolling. So as he was pressing on the pedal, nothing was happening. He was trying to move that wheel, trying to push it around. Nothing's happening. One of the students behind raised his hand and he said, "Sir," and the teacher looked behind and said, "Are you trying to find a fault in what I'm going to do? Keep quiet." He was sweating himself and trying to put that wheel, he's trying to pedal. One other student with a feeble voice said, "Sir, And he said, "Are you too going to join him?" This kept on for another 3 minutes when suddenly one of the boys out of the group went to the backside of the mechanical lathe and plugged the power cord to the socket. Many of us have this common so-called misunderstandings in life. It's no one's fault per se, but the question is, on which side are you in? Do you have that intensity to listen to or to act fast? That's a big difference in a child's life or a parent's life, or if you're in a professional career as well. Managers are not there just to lead, they're there to listen, to understand, to hold on, to grab, and to drive you in the process. It might be just a simple socket to switch on that could mean everything to the situation. And this is one of the reasons why a person many years ago, be exact a century ago, with a group of few people came to YMCA in US, people would have misunderstood him. What is he trying to do? Is he trying to make a union? Is he trying to form a group here? Is he trying to promote himself? There could have been a lot of misunderstandings that could have popped up. But regardless of what people noises would say, he had a voice that he wanted to produce. And with the few people in YMCA, he wanted to teach them how to speak confidently in public and give them leadership roles to become effective communicators because they were looked down upon in the society. While they were very good technically, they were not growing up the corporate ladder. And ladies and gentlemen, that person established a non-profit organization that today you and I are members of. And as what the Surgeon at Arms rightly mentioned, in over 149 countries, 14,000 clubs, over 280,000 members. Today we have 12. We are 12 out of the 280,000 members. You should be proud of it. That man who changed and found opportunity with what would have been misunderstandings is none other than Ralph C. Smedley, the founder of Toastmasters International. And his vision today in establishing, in growing Toastmasters across the world with a very simple understanding of public speaking, communication, and effective leadership. Eloquent Elites Toastmasters Club was chartered in February 2021, and we are getting towards that 5-year mark. It's so eager to get to that. In 2020, the then Rotary International President, Mark Melanie, along with the then Toastmasters International President, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon, announced the Rotary Toastmasters collaboration. And Toastmaster Girija Deshpande, who had been a Rotarian and a Toastmaster, founded Eloquent Elites Toastmasters Club in February 2021. It is the first Rotary Toastmasters collaboration club in India, and then it was the 5th in the world. So we are very uniquely placed in this world map in terms of Toastmasters Club. And Kusuma Rao was the charter president. Eloquent Elites, Elite stands for empowering leaders of integrity through experience and service. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't stop there. In June 2023, Toastmaster Girija founded the Eloquent Elites Gavel Club for children of the age of 12 to 17. And right now, we have more than 60 Gaveliers part of this club. What a wonderful initiative. And we are an online club, and we meet typically on the first and the third Saturdays. For some exceptions, we do it on Sundays, but typically we meet on the first and the third Saturdays. We are an online club, so please feel free to reach out to Toastmaster Girija or to myself if you would like to connect with us for any joint meetings or to be part of this meeting in future. To take this meeting further, I have to hand over this baton to the Toastmaster of the day, or the MC that we say. She's an Egyptian by nationality, currently in Kuwait, member of Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club. She loves children, loves working with them, and with a humble heart, would like to help others, loves to seize opportunities. And one of her aim is to become the next international world champion public speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands for the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aseel Saeed.
Thank you, everyone. Hello, Eloquent Elite Toastmaster Club. I was invited when they were asking for role players, and I was invited to be today's TMoD. And I love the theme so much, the father and daughter bond. The first man who would love a girl. How often we girls try to find our Prince Charming. But we have to remember, our first man who ever loved us, even before we were born, is our father. There is a unique and important relationship built on love, on support, and communication. A father helps lead their daughter developing self-esteem, positive self-image, and healthier relationship as she grows. The way our father treats us helps us see how a man should treat us in real life. They treat us like princess, maybe sometimes open the door for us, do things for us, they protect us, show us the love that we need for. It helps us grow and become independent women in the future. Oh, how often a man, a daughter, and their father's bond is so special, so unique. A man's daughter is his heart, just with feet, walking and conduct the meeting alone. I have a few role players who will help me throughout the meeting. Please help me welcome, who will keep an eye on the whole meeting and give us feedback. Toastmasters Francie Years has taken up started at ARM's VP membership roles earlier and has coordinated speechcraft program for corporate sector. By profession, she is a youth counselor and soft skills trainer. Please help me welcome General Evaluator Toastmaster Rowan. Over to you.
Good evening,
General
Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, and thank you for the warm welcome and introduction. Good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters and guests. My role as the General Evaluator is to evaluate everything that happens and doesn't happen in the meeting. I will be taking notes of everything and will evaluate every role player and look for examples like a good preparation, organization, the delivery, the enthusiasm and performance of every speaker, that is the role players and the auxiliary members. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report. Thank you. And over to Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster of the day, you are on mute.
My mistake.
Right. Yep.
Behind every great daughter is a truly amazing man. Yes, how often do we remember spending quality time with our father, going through shared activities, fostering open and honest communication, and being a consistent and supportive presence in our life. Powerful one that can help become strong, confident, and self-reliant women who know to balance their own needs with those with others, because our fathers shows us how to be strong, independent, fight for our dignity, stand up for ourselves, all thanks to our father. Because we did not stand alone, but what stand behind us, the most potent moral fence in our life was the love of our Father. Please hold on. Please help me welcome who will keep an eye on our grammar and the ass, handled by already Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Nopar. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Renosh and or Nopar. Please take over the screen.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Today, I am taking the role of Grammarian as well as the AhCounter. For the guests specifically, let me tell you what this role is about. As a grammarian, my responsibility is to pay close attention to all speakers. I'll listen carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any misuses of the English language as well as any outstanding quotes, words, sayings, or thoughts. It's my duty to introduce the word of the day. And let me share you my screen. And it's a wonderful word which is apt to the theme. And here we go. So the word of the day is resilient. Resilient. It's a mid 17th century word which has its roots to the Latin word resiliere. And you can use it in two different forms. You can use it as an adjective and as a noun. I'll tell you how it is to be used. As an adjective, what does it mean? It means a person or an animal able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult situations. For example, despite the setback, she remained resilient and started a new business. Another meaning can be a substance or an object able to recoil or spring back into shape after bending, stretching, or being compressed. For example, a shoe with resilient cushioning. Okay, so these are two ways to use the adjective. And if you're using it as a noun, it can mean either the capacity to withstand or recover quickly from difficulties, toughness. For example, you can say the remarkable resilience of the institution or the remarkable resilience of the parents. That becomes as a noun. Another, from an object point of view, it's the ability of a substance or object to spring back. So nylon is excellent in variability and resilience. Now, I was researching a little bit on resilience, on the usage of resilience for the last many centuries, and I'm happy to share this graph with you from the late, let's say in the 19th century onwards. You can see the usage of the word resilient, which predominantly because of the 19th century, 2000, 20th century, you find a lot of these wars, a lot of these challenges coming to the picture. The word has been used more. And let's today in our meeting make that graph not dip, but even grow further up. And the idiom for the day is pillar of strength, which means, or it describes a person who provides emotional, practical, or moral support to others, often during difficult or challenging times. For example, after her husband passed away, she was pillar of strength for her entire family, managing the funeral and keeping everyone's spirits up. So here we go. The word of the day is resilient. and idiom of the day is pillar of strength. As I move along, my role as AhCounter, the purpose of this particular role is to note words and sounds that are used as a filler, pause filler, or a crutch by anyone who speaks. Now, what are these pause fillers and crutch? These are words like and, well, but, so, you know, I will. These are repeated words that comes in. These are used as crutch in order to complete or to fill your sentences. So I will listen to these filler sounds. Also includes like er, which you sometimes we mistakenly try to fill in to our sentences. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, this means at the end of the meeting. And when I'm called upon, I will report both the grammarian as well as the AhCounter report. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Do you know why daughters love their father the most? Well, to be honest, I'm more of a mommy's girl, but that doesn't stop me from loving father the most. You know why? There is at least one man in the world who will never hurt you, at least not intentionally. No one is able to make a girl a queen except their father. They bring kindness, compassion, empathy, and love, which are much needed in today's world. They give us emotional foundation, relationship role model, resilience, and support, encouraging independence. Our next role player who will help me, who will keep an eye on the whole time, who'll tell us the time. Civil engineering graduate and began her career working for 3 years in a construction consultancy firm. Later discovered her true calling in teaching and spent 4 years as a primary school teacher where she found immense joy in nurturing young minds. I know exactly how it feels when I volunteered in preschool. A homemaker and a mother while also pursuing her passions of teaching, dancing, and art. Let's give a round of applause for the timer, Tulin Padhy. I know how you feel. That's how I feel when I volunteer in preschool. Over to you.
Thank you. Good morning, guests and Toastmasters. I am Toastmaster Tulin Padhy and I am the timer today. I am happy and proud to take up this role. A timer is the backbone of the meeting. Following timelines is the hallmark of professionalism. Toastmasters has given us this excellent tool to train us in keeping any speech and meeting within timelines. As you heard from our Toastmaster of the day, there are 3 sections in this meeting. I will demonstrate the timelines for each section in the beginning of that section. I am now giving the timelines for prepared speech section. Today we have only one prepared speech. Speaker Toastmaster Girija Deshpande is presenting the first speech of level 5 and the time allotted is 18 to 22 minutes. At 18 minutes, my background will change to green and remain green. At 20 minutes, the green background will change to yellow. At 22 minutes, the screen will turn to red and stay red until the speech is completed. I will present the time taken when I am called upon to do so. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, timer. Now, and I believe you said we have one speaker. Okay, our speaker of today is a co-founder of Eloquent Elites, Toastmaster Club, and founder consular of Eloquent Elites Gavo Club, professional success coach and soft skill trainer blogger, YouTuber, writer, and translator. She'll be evaluated by a business owner heading Nirmala Marketing. The organization is in the space of website development, copy, and content, graphic design, and marketing colleagues, not only committed to providing the best service to her clients, but also in enhancing competence of people around her. Please help me welcome Evaluator Nirmala. Please explain your target speaker's objective.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our esteemed guests. Toastmaster Girija Deshpande is giving her level 5 speech and presentation masteries. The purpose of this project is for the member to develop, practice, and present a longer speech, engaging the audience for a longer period of time. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. As indicated by our timer, the duration is 18 to 22 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Please help me welcome the one and only speaker of today. The screen is yours.
Thank you. I'll just start. Good evening or good morning from wherever you are. Winning presentation skills. What is that? If your presentation is able to get you what you want to win over somebody's attention, you want to win over somebody to buy a product or service, you want to persuade somebody to accept your point of view or your opinion or your suggestion, it could be anything. You want to inspire somebody, motivate somebody, whatever it is. So if you succeed in that it becomes a winning presentation. Now, that is a very all-encompassing, huge topic. Normally, it would take probably days, 2 days minimum for me to cover this. But in these 22 minutes, I would like to just quickly walk through the various aspects of it, because most of it are worthy of mention. But I'm sure, I trust the seniority, the experience, the maturity and exposure of this audience. And I know very well that you will be able to fill in the blanks where I don't dwell in. Because I will not be dwelling on every aspect or unpacking them, but wherever there are subtle nuances, I'll be getting into it. So with this prelude, let me start my presentation. Are you all able to see me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. So yes. Request the timer to start the timing now because I needed this introduction. Yes. As wild forest. It was evening and everything was very quiet, unusually quiet. The birds suddenly began to screech and fly away from their nests. Animals were running helter-skelter. And suddenly everything fell silent, a storm before the calm, the animals knew. Even the forest officers scurried to their shelter. In about 15 minutes, suddenly a huge storm brewed over and it just swept away the trees. And in another half an hour, there was a small nest that had fallen down. And in that nest, there were several eggs. Luckily, the eggs were all safe. And slowly, the eggs began to crack. And out came a pigeon, another pigeon, another pigeon, and then came an eaglet. An eagle also had laid its eggs there. Look at nature's. The eagle came out and it saw all the pigeons, small pigeons, and it did whatever the other pigeons did. So the forest officers would come and they looked at this miracle. They would put worms and grains along, and the pigeons would bend, peck, bend, peck. The same thing the eaglet also did. The eaglet never realized it was something different. One day the eaglet was pecking at the things and she saw a shadow. She stopped looking at the shadow for a minute, stopped eating, then looked up. And then she saw a huge eagle flying majestically, slowly, flapping its wings, but so peacefully high in the sky. And the eaglet said, "Can I fly like that?" And it began to flap its wings and go up a little. Then the other pigeon said, "What is this? You never eat properly. And what are you doing trying to fly like that and break your leg? Come on, stop it." Then one pigeon baby said, "Why not? Let him try. If he falls, we're all there to help him out. He will recover." And the eaglet took that as a support and started flapping its wings vigorously. And slowly it was up on the sky and it began screeching. And then it was flying and it took off, never to look back. Most of us are like this. When there is somebody giving us a launching pad, we look at that and we go up in life. So Toastmasters has given us this launching pad, and many of us have taken the crutch. We have taken that as a support, and we have blossomed in our life. And then there are many who distrust themselves and do not listen to that voice of support and do not seek for that confidence within themselves. Let us see how we can develop a winning presentation skills. So now here we are seeing the several stages of making a presentation. The first is planning. You can see here what are the various things. There are 5 P's to presentation. So as you can see, the first one is planning. The second one, 1 minute. It's going upwards. Yes. The first one is planning, and the second one is prepare, and the third one is practice. The fourth one is perform, and the fifth is public relations. And perform and public relations are linked. You cannot perform without having proper public relations. Now, what is planning? You look at the purpose and the audience. Sometimes you know the audience first and then you decide the purpose. You understand, okay, this audience will need this because you know the audience profile. Sometimes you have a purpose and you are looking for audience. Where can I share this? Who will like this? I want to promote this idea, this product, this kind of service. So you want to promote that. So both are important. Planning comes with clarity of purpose and clarity of the audience, consideration of the purpose and consideration of the audience. Now, what is the purpose of your presentation? Do you want to inform people? Do you want to persuade people? Do you want to motivate, inspire, sell, teach, or train? Now, informing people, say for example, you are a career counselor and a 10th pass or 12th pass child comes along with his mother to understand what are the skills and knowledge sets that he has, which will be suitable for which career. At that point of time, if you begin to persuade him, why don't you take this? Why don't you take that? He wants to know what are available for him and make the free choice. So you have to inform what are the various things that are available to him, given his limitations and his strengths. So that is informing. Persuading is when somebody is doing something which is probably not good for him or which you think is going to be a better avenue for them. You try to persuade them to adopt a different course of action or a different line of thought, and that is persuasion. And what is the difference between motivation and inspiration? Motivation is pushing somebody to action immediately. Say a coach is standing and somebody has fallen down. Come on, break off, pack off the dust off. Every champion fell and he was on the floor before he became a champion. Come on now, spring to action. This is your pathway to success. That is motivating to you, immediately you to stand on the feet. So motivation is full of energy, enthusiasm, and sometimes even aggression and assertiveness. Whereas inspiration is just like a whisper to your soul. It is moving your soul. It is touching your soul. So when a coach wants a player to be resilient, he motivates. And at the same time, he can even inspire. He makes you see what is the ultimate purpose of doing it. So he will say, a tree does not bend in the wind because it is weak. A tree bends in the storm because it knows the storm will pass. Resilience is not resistance. Resilience is grace in the face of struggle. When the coach says that, then there is a deeper purpose and the person aligns with that purpose, then you don't require everyday motivation. So motivation moves your feet, whereas inspiration moves your soul. You may sell a product or an idea for which you have to know what is it that people need and accordingly present it to them. The same washing machine you may be presenting to a homemaker differently because you want her to get more time so that she can pursue her hobbies. Whereas for a working woman, it could be something different, that she wants to save time so that she can get things done and she saves her energy for her work. And then teaching and training. Teaching is when you want to impart knowledge to a larger group of people. Training may be limited because you are coaching somebody to learn some specific skill. Now you need to understand the audience. What is their experience? What is their age? Are they focused on this? Are they aware about this particular area that I'm talking about? So that is your understanding about the experience of the audience. Similarly, what is the knowledge of the audience about this particular topic? Do you think they know or they don't know? So a general presumption you have. What are the goals and needs? The audience may have stated goals. I want to learn this. Say, for example, if they booked an appointment and come to you, then you know. But then sometimes you understand from their profile, this could be their goal. This is what they want to do. And needs are something which are not expressed. They have inside. So every person who is in the audience, that has a need. He wants to be entertained. She wants to know more. She wants to go back richer, enriched than when she came to the meeting or to the presentation. So these are the inner needs which are not expressed. So goals are specific objectives that a person may state or may not state, but you can understand from their background. But needs are unset and most of us know it. And now the next stage, that is preparation. How do you prepare? Preparation is about completeness and correctness. Look at the whole thing and see how you correct yourself. Correctness in spelling, correctness in data, correctness in language, correctness in etiquette. All these are important. Where am I going? What is the profile of that place? What kind of dress I'm supposed to wear? What is the outlook that I should have? How am I supposed to look at the audience? What is the kind of value that is there? According to the ambience, you prepare it. So that is a complete preparation. Now, there are several points to it. As you saw, positive mind. How do you develop a positive mind? Value the presentation. What you are presenting, if you don't value it, you say, oh, so many people have presented about this product. Why will they value my presentation? What is the USP that you are bringing to that presentation? If you know that, then you will value your presentation. I have put in so many hours. I have spent so much time researching. I know the subject thoroughly. So that is when you pep talk yourself. And you act confident. Sometimes you don't feel confident, but you act confident and begin to speak, and then you will begin to feel that from the body. That is why body language psychologists say that you must stand before the mirror in like this with your hand on your waist and look at the mirror every day morning before you start some activity. That actually increases your certain dopamine and you feel confident. So smile, even if you don't feel like smiling. They say put a clip and smile. And that again increases your dopamine levels. Visualize success. Imagine that you achieve success in whatever endeavor. Whoever you want to persuade accepts it. You sign that sale deed, or your client shakes hands with you and says that let us again meet. I'm very much interested in the product. That is visualizing success. Visualizing positive response. Visualize all the audience rushing to you. Can you please sign? Can you please give me a contact number? Imagine that. Develop internal motivation. What is the purpose? Why am I doing it? Not just to please this audience, but because it has a larger purpose. This is going to enhance the quality of the people in my nation. It is going to enhance the quality of young people in my nation. It is going to make an impact on the future. So see how you can derive internal motivation, see a larger purpose. All these are important to develop a positive mind. Next is bang opening. Relate an incident, something that happened in the morning, something that is relatable to the particular event of the day. Relate an incident. Use a question. Have you all faced this dilemma that you have a topic that you have to speak for 2 days and you have got to pick it in 20 minutes? You can ask that question. Can arouse curiosity, asking, do you know what is this? And why am I presenting this? So you can present an exhibit and ask question. So, and then make the audience guess and say how it is related to that. Pay a sincere compliment. I'm sure many of you have come from different time zones, and so and so come from this time zone. It must be very inconvenient, and still you're here. I appreciate it. So do some personal research. Tell a story of human interest, something that will relate to people with a dialogue. For example, I was there and my washing machine was not working, and I went to the store who sold that washing machine where I bought it. The sales engineer looked at me and said, you must read the proper instructions that are given in the manual. I don't think you have read it. I was so upset. And after a week, again, I went there and another sales engineer was sitting there. And she said, let me come and see. And she came along with 2 of the employees. And she said, probably you have set it differently. Oh, we had the same model before, so I didn't go through the manual. Okay, fine. You said this, then your washing machine is working properly. So tell us, so how personal interest makes a difference. That's what you want to say. So tell a story of human interest, then people are aligned to you. Use key points and visual aids connected. For key points, you need to have a visual aid because then it stays in the memory of the people. The visual aid can be anything. You can show a presentation like I'm showing. You can show exhibits. So you may want to show something which will be of interest to people. And when you're showing exhibits, be clear not to show them right from the beginning. Show it only at the right moment, because if you keep it right in the beginning, people are all the time looking at it and say, why is she keeping the Taj Mahal? She's talking about presentation skills. What is the connection? But if you show the Taj Mahal at the right time and then say, this is a Taj Mahal. Do you know how many people were needed to make it? And all these people were called from their different countries, but from Iran. But now do you know, when we are providing manpower to different people, that is the strength of our population, because we have got knowledge and skills. That is where we need to improve. So when you show an exhibit at the right time, then people are not distracted. Charts, see that you can present charts which are not uncluttered. Pictures, relevant, updated, clear, show them. Photographs, again, new, neatly clipped so that they can be seen. Demonstrate, like Tulin demonstrated today, the change of the screen. Testimonials, organizations, people who have liked, show them and ask them to come and speak if required. Incidents, narrate incidents, like the incident of the washing machine. I go to a shop and what is the response that I got? Analogy, like the story I narrated, where the eaglet and the speaker. Your analogy, you are comparing 2 things. Statistics, presenting numbers, like it was presented by Nupur. How many people are there in the Toastmasters? Like our presiding officer who presented about how many clubs are there, when it was started, statistics to make you understand. They say numbers give you logic and stories give you emotion, and both together make a person convinced. So you need to know how to twin them. And when you are making presentation skills, remember this. Key points, typeface or font, choose something which does not have all kinds of frills. So Arial font is preferred. Type sizes, title, 48 points. Sub-headline, 32 points. Second sub-level, 28 points. Third sub-level, you can see it is in 24 points. So these are exactly the sizes that I've used for my PowerPoint presentation. Then patterns and colors. Do not choose too many colors because they'll distract people. Only where there is a synchrony, where there is uniformity. Say, for example, if you're talking about manufacturing cities in India, you would just talk about all of them in different colors, capitals in different colors. So not for appearance. Then do not convey information. Colors by themselves do not convey information. If they mean anything to you, then convey that to the members, to the viewers, audience. Why have you used green? Because you're talking about fertility. Blue, because you're talking about water. Brown, because you're talking about deforestation. Dark backgrounds are effective to show off colors if you're showing photographs. And textured backgrounds, if you've got too many dots here, you can't read what is there. Textured backgrounds, avoid them. Keep color scheme consistent as far as possible. Short and precise formulation. AI gives you nice presentation, fine, but they don't adhere to this maximum 7 lines with 7 words. Too many cluttered words. You should clip it and say that nowadays people are even going for 6 lines with 6 words. So maximum 7 words in 1 line. That's it. Because that is when the focus of the people remains on you. Otherwise, they're all the time looking at the presentation and they're reading whatever is written there. They don't remember the presentation. They don't remember you, nor what you said. They can't grasp it. So separate the textbooks with empty lines. Like you can see between the text block, there is an empty line, there is space. For emphasis, use italics or boldface and organize lists, numbers, dashes, and bullets. If there is a process, you should do one thing after the other, then you give numbers, otherwise you give bullets. And then you come to the memorable close. You can dramatize, play a drama. You can play the character of the father and the child. You can use a motivating statement. Don't you want to join this Toastmasters club? I think you should. Papa, I'm going for higher studies. I'm preparing for the SAT. I agree, beta, but I think you must do this. 2 hours in a month is nothing, but this will enhance your vocabulary and your presentation skills, and it will help you perform in the interview. Okay, so use a motivating statement in a form of a drama. Again, what did you not do in the beginning, in the introduction? If you did not use an exhibit, use it during the closing. Restate key benefits and give a convincing summary. What are the benefits of using a project or a product or a service? Explain that. Convincing summary. It helps people when they have been away for some time. If you're giving a presentation and then the people have been away and they come back and they get a summary. So whatever they missed, they get in the summary and they can always come back to you and ask, you said you spoke about this. I missed that part. Can you give me? Or throw a challenge. Can you do this presentation in 20 minutes? Throw a challenge. So you need to practice before audience. You have to have confidence and you have to review the visuals. When you're practicing before an audience, get a feedback on all these things. You just ask, how was it? They'll say good. Or you can improve, but not specific. So if you ask these specific questions, how was the opening? How was the closing? Was there a logical flow? Did I have any distracting mannerism? Did I all the time adjust my hair because I have a tendency of doing it? Did I give credible evidence, data, logic? Do you remember my closing? Was there clarity in the message, what I want to say? Do you think my results will be achieved? This you need to ask. Specific questions, you will get specific answers. Review the visuals for the quality, visibility, eye appeal, relevance, clarity, memorable. That is, whether they are all these, you have to visualize. You look at your visuals, whether it is photograph or data or PPT, are they quite visible? People sitting in the last row, can they see it? Look at all this. So maintain this font sizes, then everybody can see it. You have to develop confidence. You have to earn the right by working hard at it. You should be eager to share, be enthusiastic. You should be excited about going and speaking. Practice, practice, practice. Then you come to the third thing, that is performance. That is, PRO attitude is very important and relying on fundamentals. PRO is privilege, responsibility, opportunity. This is a privilege that I have got to speak for 12 people today. 20 minutes of 12 people is 240 minutes. That's what I've got. So it's a privilege and it's an opportunity to expose my talent. And it is a responsibility because I have to understand that it is, I owe you the time and I have to maintain eye contact, stay with somebody for, say, until a pause or a comma, and then go to the next person. I need to pause at some places and go fast at some places, which I did. Then you have to maintain a good posture, professional posture, so that people feel attracted. There should be a vocal variety. Voice modulation and vocal variety is the general texture. Voice modulation is a technique and vocal variety is the art. And there should be humor and substance in your speech. So, 1 minute. Okay. I would just skip this and then rely on the fundamentals. You need to own your subject, project value of your meeting, and feel positive about your talk. This is very important. Unless you feel positive, nobody else is going to feel positive. Public relations, you have to make a positive first impression, build rapport with the audience, and hold attention with the audience. Strive for continuous improvement. All these are very important in public relations. Look at the audience. If they feel bored, then tell a story. If you're make a positive self-impression by taking care of your being well-groomed, be relaxed, have a smiling face, throw your voice well, build rapport with the audience, be sincere, be yourself, say we, talk to the audience interest and involve the audience, and then hold the attention of the audience, having body animation, being enthusiastic, a pleasant voice, telling a story, clear, concise, direct, definite language. Use vivid words, specific words. Don't say amazing. What is specific? Tell about that. You were concise, you were clear. That was amazing. Strive for continuous improvement. Ask for feedback, identify your strengths and work on them and highlight them and improve for the next talk. So this is a quick sweep through with giving importance to the essentials and at the same time explaining a few things. A quick recap. What are the 5 P's? Can you unmute and speak, please? What are the 5 P's? What are the 5 P's that we talked about in the presentation? If anybody can speak. Plan, prepare, practice, perform, and public relations. And each of these had certain values, like you saw: clarity and consideration, completeness and conciseness, concrete, asking specific questions, concise within the timelines, and doing the best, giving the best for the value of the time people are giving, and courtesy in public relations. Thank you, and over to you. Stop sharing.
Toastmaster Aseel.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I thought there was something more. Wanted to wait a bit. What a very nice presentation. I was told before that your speech was gonna be a bit long. Wow, very excellent, good job, very lovely. You did a very good job organizing it. But that's up for your evaluator to send you feedback.
Now we have the table topic session.
I believe we only had one part to announce. We're going to move on to the fun session where anyone can participate. The table topic master is electronics engineer by degree, a human resource pro by profession, and a Bollywood jukebox by passion. Recorded about 6,000 film songs. Wow. 30 years of corporate experience. Now a founder and CEO of Soft by Myers that offers high quality IT education domain, mastering e-governance and e-content, providing software development services. Maybe you can hire my brother. Please help me welcome Dr. Deepak. The screen is yours.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just a
TMoD,
minute,
Said, thank you so much.
Dr. Deepak, just a minute. Toastmaster Girija, we are seeing your screen on. If you can just stop sharing.
I stopped sharing.
Dr. Deepak, are you seeing
That's
the
what I'm also
presentation
saying.
on screen?
It's showing share now.
Okay, just share, unshare again. Probably it'll go, or the stop share, because I'm not able to spotlight Dr. Deepak.
On my screen, he's spotlighted. I can see him and Aseel, both of them. What about others?
No, we are not.
You are seeing the presentation only.
Correct.
Let me see how I do it. I don't know. Because I'm seeing my presentation. Let me take off the presentation.
No, it is saying someone else is sharing.
Oh God.
So I think you need to. Okay, now you're fine.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, are we good to go?
Yes.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Deepak Deshpande. We're going to kick off something a little different and super fun called Table Topics, designed to get our creativity and spontaneity flowing. In this session, non-Toastmasters, guests, and members who have not taken any roles are welcome to participate. I have with me 6 topics. At first, one of you volunteer to speak. You choose any number from 1 to 6. I will read out the topic. You can be reflective, funny, emotional, and informative. The goal is to respond on the spot, just for 1 or 2 minutes. You don't have to wonder about how you will manage the timing. I request the timer to demonstrate the screen change to indicate time. At 1 minute, you will see green screen. At 1 minute 30 seconds, you will see yellow. And at 2 minutes, red. Wow. Thank you, Toastmaster Tulin. Speakers, when you see yellow, start winding up your speech. Think of it as a mini mic drop moment. No pressure, just fun. The topics are an extension on the meeting theme. Meeting theme, as you know, is celebrating love that teaches, strength that inspires. Today, we are celebrating one of life's most tender bonds, the one between a father and a daughter, and a father and son too. It's a relationship woven with unspoken lessons, shared laughter, quiet sacrifice, and infinite love. Fathers may not always say much, but they leave footprints that guide us along after we have grown. Tonight, let's open our hearts to those stories, the ones that shaped who we are. Each topic is an invitation to look back, reflect, and maybe even say the words we never got to say. So this is your moment. Who is the first volunteer? Can I see?
He's here, Mibin.
Oh.
You can see him next to you. Yeah.
I can see Uma, Funny, and I can
Mibin
see
is sitting next to you,
Mibin.
already chosen. Please
Okay,
continue
I'm
with
in
the
a fix
topic.
now.
Dr.
Okay.
Deepak, we have
Thank
Toastmaster
you.
Menon.
Okay. There you go. Yes, thank you. So please choose a number from 1 to 6.
I would like to
Mibin,
choose the
Toastmaster
number.
Mibin.
Yeah,
Any number.
I got it. I would like to choose number 4.
Number 4. Okay, that's my daughter's birthday. Great. Number 4. Okay, the topic is one conversation with my father that changed my perspective forever. I repeat, one conversation with my father that changed my perspective forever.
Every conversation is something which allows us to learn, which either inspires us, or maybe something which creates conflicts, arguments between each of us. And it's not different for me also. And I had many conversations with my father about a lot of political things because we are such a political beings and my father, and we have a lot of ideological differences. And one of those conversations, we had some ideological differences, and also there were other conversations. As we cannot pick up at politics in those matters, I would like in UAE and Middle East, I would like to shift to other conversations we had. It was really our careers. So I wanted to be like a working in United Nations. He wasn't that supportive. He wanted me to be an engineer. And we had the conversation about that a lot of times. So it required a lot of convincing because I needed to tell him how being in the UN or being in the humanitarian field, being resilient towards harsh conditions, being resilient towards working with different cultures can be such an inspirational journey or such a resilient journey. And it can bring adaptability as compared to being an engineer or being a doctor for that matter, because my parents were engineers. And it required a lot of convincing. I had to convince him at least 5 to 6 times. I had to say to him. Even now, also, I have just conversations with him several times. And it has been like a very, I would like to call it a very empowering journey. And it helped me change my perspective because even though I didn't choose the engineering part, it made me understand the importance of how engineers work, their duties. And finally, he allowed me to be a United Nations member. Or choose the path of being a teacher. Now I'm a teacher now with TFI and do this different path which is less travel. So in short, this is the path I'm following and this is my journey. Thank you and over to you, Table Robertson.
Wow. That was quite something. Reminded me of my father too. Quite reflective and wise, Toastmaster Menon. Okay, we have now Toastmaster Uma Fani. You can pick up any number from 1 to 6 except number 4.
1.
1. Okay, that's great. There you go. The moment I realized how much the topic, okay. The moment I realized how much my father, my daughter, my son has shaped the person I am today. Oh, wow. You want me to
Sir?
repeat the topic? Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. It's been a pleasure having to join this online club. A moment that I realized how my father has shaped me. Um, I haven't had any good relationship or cordial relationship with my father when he was alive. We always used to fight. We also always used to have an argument on something or the other. But during his time on his bed, or when he was going through, he had a stroke during after COVID, and we had to he was almost in the coma stage. We memorized all the things that he has done for us. That made me realize that whatever he has taught me from childhood, he's a resilient person. He has brought up he is I am from Hyderabad, and he came from a remote area to Hyderabad to set up with 50 NP as a amount, and he bought us up, and he married, and he set up a small scale industry, and he extended that small scale industry into 3-4 industries, and he increased the business. That made me realize that he also made us learn the fact of living with little. So we had gone through a lot of turmoil when we had to close the business, and those learnings that I have learned from him
is helping me now also. And I don't say that I did not have a cordial relationship now with my father, because all the arguments or discussions that we had has made me learn something or the other in my life. I am sure you must be having the same too. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster, table topic master, Dr. Deepak.
That's well, I can relate to quite a few things that you said. Most of us who heard you felt how grateful you are and how introspective one can get, especially when loved ones are not around. Very difficult topic to speak, though. I think you did fantastic. Now, may I invite the next volunteer to speak? Please raise your hand. Things are getting warmer. Okay, we have heard two great spontaneous performances. Come on, it's your moment. Look at the theme of the day. Just
Nupur,
can't
would you
miss
like
it.
to speak? Or yes, Rowan is yes. Thank you. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so you can't pick 1 and 4.
Okay.
So you got 4 numbers up to 6.
I'll take 2.
Except 1 and 4. Yeah. Pardon me, you take 2. Okay, that was easy. Okay. I think all daughters are getting lucky today. Fathers don't always say I love you in words. How did yours show it?
Thank you for this topic, table topic master. My dad is a very special person, and he really did not have to say I love you, because even since a child till today, as a grown-up woman that I am, his one look at me has such an expression of love on his face. Every word that he speaks, and whenever he calls me over the phone, the first thing he says is, "Hello, baby." And my children laugh and say, "He calls me a baby even now." And whenever my voice is, very low and sad, he immediately senses it and he says, "Is everything okay with you today? Are you fine?" And he's never got upset. He rarely gets angry, upset, or shouts at me. And I feel that the words "I love you" need not be only spoken in the 3 words, but it can be expressed in many different ways, which I have experienced it from my father. Thank you. And over to you, table topic master.
I know for many daughters, for every daughter actually, this topic is like a cakewalk. I have always envied daughters, for I felt that their fathers have a little more, sensitive towards the daughters and expressive also. Okay, so now may I request the 3rd, 4th volunteer to please come up. Tick, tick 1. Shall we do tick, tick 1, tick, tick 2?
I can speak.
Okay. Who is speaking?
Girija here.
Okay. So you cannot pick 1, 2, and 4.
Okay. 3.
Take any
Give me
number.
3. 3.
Yeah. Give me 3. Oh, you will not finish in 2 minutes. This topic is so, you can't resist this. A memory with my father, that time can never fade.
Oh, God. Memories with my father. Like you said, yes, probably I have to write a book. Every memory stands so clearly etched there, right from my childhood. The first memory is of my father walking out of the house at midnight around 2:30. It was raining cats and dogs. And the whole village, we were in Suchindram at the time, and the village roads were almost like a river. And our next door neighbor was screaming because she was having labor pain. So her husband came and said, we need to get a doctor. How do we get a doctor? And my mother took me and my younger sister, because we got up in crying. And then she said, look at the water, sit there, I will take care of this woman. I have to take care of her. So she was giving her warm water sponging. And my father said, I'm going out and I'm getting a doctor. He took the scooter and it was literally river. And my father drove, and it was the village street lights were blinking, and it was very eerie. And my mother was reciting Hanuman Chalisa. I asked her, where are you reciting? I don't know. Outside it is river, like whether he will drive into a puddle or whether he will go into a gutter, we don't know. But in 1 hour, he came back, my father, with the doctor. And the doctor was wearing raincoat and my father was completely drenched. And he came, and a newborn baby was born in our house, and he heard the child shriek as she came out. And that was the most beautiful moment. So when my father said, my mother said, oh, my mother's mother, she said, what are you doing? You risked your life when you have got 5 daughters. But my father said, when our neighbor is unhappy, how can we sleep? I have to do. So many examples like this just go fleeting past my eyes when I remember him. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Sure. That was
we can
very
close the table topic
nostalgic.
session in the interest of time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you
We
very
have 2
much.
topics
You can sum it
left,
up.
5 and 6.
That's okay. You can sum up
That's
and
okay.
then close it. Yeah, that's.
I think very interesting topic we had, and all the 6. In fact, I have 7. I was hoping that, we'll get to use all the 7. Nevertheless, I think fantastic. Thank you for your active participation. Very, very, very thoughtful sharing. I know this is very personal to each of us. It takes a lot of love and candidness to acknowledge on a forum like this. Thank you so much. So that brings us to the end of the session. Can we have the timer report?
Toastmaster
In the
Mibin.
meantime, I think okay.
Toastmaster Mibin took 2 minutes 27 seconds. Toastmaster Uma Fani took 2 minutes 2 seconds. Toastmaster Rowan Buthello took 1 minute 10 seconds. And Toastmaster Girija Deshpande took 2 minutes 18 seconds. Thank you.
Okay, so emotions cost us excitation at time. Nevertheless, so you have the survey in front of you. I think you already.
Yeah, I'm sharing the results.
So
5 out of 10 participants only have participated. So,
congratulations to the winner.
thank you. Thank you so much.
As we move on with our meeting, let's always remember that love expressed in myriad ways may be hidden but never fades. It only deepens with time. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. It's all yours. Thank you.
What an amazing topic session. Thank you so much, TTM. I don't mean anything by what I'm about to say, but we should always cherish our fathers. I don't mean just fathers, all of our parents, because life can be unexpected. Here I am today remembering all of the things I do with my father. We would go buy bread and a few ingredients to make yummy sandwiches for dinner. He would take me to eat shawarma. It's a chicken sandwich or a meat sandwich wrapped up like a burrito, but in Arab way. That's shawarma. Then he would, and sometimes he would take me to pancakes, would teach me how to drive. He wants, I remember. It's just so bittersweet for me because the better part that he passed away in 2017. Cancer. It was very aggressive, discovered late. But it's okay because life goes on and he was a warrior. He kept fighting it even though it was in the late stages. He fought for 3 to 4 years until he lost the battle. But I saw what a strong and warrior he is. He kept fighting and fighting, and he would show a smile. He would still hang out with us. Of course, I would cook for him gluten-free food and reduce sugar. No gluten allergy, just something healthy, you know? I mean, not all gluten-free means it's allergy. Maybe it's for health reasons, you know? So, in conclusion, we should all cherish our fathers, remember our memories, and those who pass, they don't really pass away. They, we can feel them. We can know they are there. Some places I go, I can feel him. I can remember him. Let's all cherish our parents who lived and passed on. May his soul rest in peace. I'm sure you guys can understand. No matter how long it takes, it's been 2017, but it still hurts. You guys understand, right?
Absolutely. So painful.
Now let me call on the general evaluator to take on the evaluation session, even though there's only one evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. So my session will be divided into 3 parts. The first, where I will have the evaluator for the prepared speaker do the evaluation. The second will be calling upon the tag team reports. And the third will be my general evaluation of the overall meeting. So timer, can we have the time frame for the evaluator?
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster. Toastmaster Menon. Am I
Rowan.
right, ma'am?
Yes.
Rowan.
For this speech evaluation, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes. The virtual screen will change to green at 2 minutes.
Show green.
To yellow at 2 minutes 30 seconds, to red at 3 minutes. For AhCounter and Grammarian, the timing is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, it will be green. At 1 minute 30 seconds, it will be yellow. And at 2 minutes, red will be shown. For all the report, the minimum time should be met to qualify for voting for best speech in the category. Grace period of 30 seconds is allowed over the maximum time allotted. Thank you. Over to you, General Toastmaster, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Tulin. I would now like to call upon Toastmaster Nirmala for giving the evaluation of the prepared speaker, Toastmaster Girija.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rowan, our general evaluators. Can we have Toastmaster Girija on, can you spotlight Toastmaster Girija?
I'm there, spotlighted.
All right, thank you. Toastmaster Girija, your speech, building presentation skills, it took me on a roller coaster ride. Let me be very honest about it. I felt I was holding my breath the entire time I was listening to you. I love the way you use storytelling. That's one of the best ways one can, engage with the audience. It enhances your engagement with your audience, and it's the best way to connect with them. You had a huge bouquet of excellent words to describe the entire experience of your story. My attention was also seized when you started your story. The minute you started your story about the eaglets and the pigeons and the entry of the eagle and the message it gave us. Love the way you use some voice modulation to rest our attention in your story, which is very important. Whenever you're engaging with an audience, you need the people to be with you, to listen to you, and to understand what's the message that you're trying to convey. You did that really well. There was inspiration, information, persuasion used by the pigeon, of course, to motivate the eaglets towards success. And you delivered this message really well. I love the manner in which you brought all these aspects into the main topic of your speech, linking it to what are the winning presentation skills required or which one must develop to become successful or to mentor someone for success. So this can be used in both the situations, and you brought that out really well. The message which came out very strong and which I was impressed with was the thorough knowledge you brought into your narration. You spoke and covered various skills that one needs to develop, gave the audience, your audience, tips on how one can develop and increase skills required to become a successful presenter, motivator by giving examples too, and the stories that you brought it to. Thus engaging the audience and achieving the purpose of your room. Few other plus points I loved is the strength in your voice. You really know how to throw your voice. Your knowledge on the subject you shared with your audience. The comparisons to add more effect to your speech. The way you summed up the entire speech by re-referring about the story you gave us, about the eaglets and the pigeons, the examples, the situations, and definitely some numbers and data that you added up. All this really brought about that variety and that importance of what you're trying to convey to the audience. But you, of course, every speech has some areas of improvement that these speakers can work on. You may want to work on some of these aspects. Although you had a good grip on your speech and the project asked for vocal variety using tone, speed, and volume as tools, I feel one aspect jarred the entire flow of the speech at various times, which was the speed in which you delivered the entire speech content, making it monotonous, making it seem monotonous and too fast, which somehow loses the strength of the speech. Some pauses after saying a specific question or a specific sentence, few areas where some voice modulation could have been used, would have made the speech proud and engage the audience in a better manner. Sometimes it was a little difficult to keep up. I too found it a little difficult to keep up with the speed of delivery. So that is one aspect that can be taken care of. Also, I noticed that afterwards, towards the end of the speech, you did ask questions and you engaged with the audience. You definitely did that. The project objectives have been met, definitely. But I, for one, Toastmaster Girija, am greedy for more because I know you as a speaker. A speaker of your caliber, Toastmaster Girija, will automatically challenge herself some more. A better pace, some voice modulation will add wings to all your future speeches. And I, for one, would love to be a witness to that. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nirmala, for that wonderful, detailed evaluation. And yes, I do agree with the points that you have appraised and also given for enhancing the speaker. Now for the report from the grammarian, may I have Toastmaster Renosh to give us the report for the grammarian.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Greetings to all present here in this meeting. I'll make it very simple, short, and crisp by sharing on the screen the grammarian as well as the AhCounter report. So today we had the word of the day, which was resilient, or you can use it as resilience. And you can see on the screen here, there were a good number of people who used it. I wish could see more coming on the screen for sure, especially during the table topic session. I loved it very much. And Dr. Deepak had given those questions where definitely we could have used this word of the day, but Toastmaster Girija, Toastmaster Uma, and Toastmaster Mabin has used the word of the day. Unfortunately, and if I'm sorry if I've missed out anyone, because I was so engrossed in today's speech as well as in the table topic session, I did not hear the idiom of the day, which was pillar of strength. But I'm sure we can definitely use that in our sentences moving forward. Some of the good usage of vocabulary and some of the quotes, like the storm before the calm, blossom in life. Inspiration is like a whisper to your soul. Wonderful. Raining cats and dogs, love deepens with time. And coming to my AhCounter report, these are from the individual report. You can see here on the screen. And this is based on whether the filler words have been sent. The next you can see on the screen is the total number of filler words per individual. And last but not the least, what I have noticed, the word is quite often used as a filler word, followed by the word now, and also. These were the three most commonly used filler words. That is my report, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much for that, DTM Renosh. Now I would like to go to my general evaluation of the entire meeting. So to
Report
start
from
with,
the timer? Timer report?
from the timer report for the evaluator.
Yeah, for the others,
Yes.
grammarian, AhCounter, and speech evaluator.
Yes. Yes, please. Yeah, go ahead, Toastmaster Tulin.
Yes. Evaluator Nirmala Menon took 4 minutes 13 seconds. Grammarian Toastmaster Renosh Thomas took 1 minute 30 seconds, and AhCounter Renosh Thomas took 25 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Yes. So the meeting was started by the Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Nupur. This is the first time that I have heard such a detailed, Sergeant at Arms giving us the instructions and the briefings of the meeting. She had lovely phrases to explain what she wanted to communicate. And what I liked, one of the phrases is that butter on hot toast, to show how smoothly a meeting can be run and function well. Our president has opened up the meeting and given us briefing, a beautiful narration of how Toastmasters took birth. This is the first time I heard the true background story of it. Thank you very much for that, President. I like the way you had detailed statistical reports of every information that you were sharing with us. Well done on that. Next, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aseel. What a heart-throbbing topic she took us through today. I, as a woman, would always feel the first man of my life, the love of my life is, of course, my husband. And I know that today it's our father. The first man in a daughter's life is the father. Thank you very much for this. I'll always remember it, Toastmaster Aseel. Next is, we had a triple treat today as we had DTM Renosh, who performed 3 roles. He opened up the meeting, took up the grammarian role, as well as AhCounter. Let us give him a loud applause for taking up these roles. I like the way you have shown us the PowerPoint slide for the word of the day, the idiom of the day, and your reports were so sophisticated by showing us the, the bar graph, the format. I really liked it. Very innovative. And very professional presentation, I should say. Next is our timer. Toastmaster Tulin explained the instructions to the point, and I saw her vigilant throughout the meeting whenever the speakers were on the screen giving their speeches. Well done, Toastmaster Tulin. Keep it up. Our prepared speaker, Toastmaster Girija, what a wonderful presentation. I don't have to add what our evaluator has already said, but I thoroughly enjoyed the presentation you gave us. And yes, the 5 P's and the 7 C's message. Next is our table topic master, Toastmaster Dr. Deepak. Full of energy, enthusiasm, he had synced his topics with the theme of the meeting, which is amazing. And I like the way that you gave the feedback for every table topic speaker. So it helps us to know what was the message the audience and you have got from the short and impromptu speech of us. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. If I would want to give a couple of points for enhancing this meeting, I would ask first thing is for the guests to make sure that they log in early and have their names displayed correctly. So we don't do it once the meeting has begun. Secondly, I found a couple of chat messages which were sent while the speakers were giving their speeches. So this needs to be taken care of. Other than that, I would wish you all a good evening and thank you very much for having me as your general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster Aseel.
I was just opening the mic. Does anyone have any comment or any questions regarding the theme before I hand it over back to the president?
Thank you for a beautiful experience, the topic, and it melted our heart. Whatever you shared with us. Thank you for sharing with us. That vulnerability really touched our heart. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. I'll hand over the screen back to the president and hopefully I can join you back again next time. See you all later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Aseel. Can we give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Aseel? I think the energy from the moment I handed over to her till she handed over back to me, with her sincerity, humbleness, I think it really meant the day for each and every one of us. And for me specifically, while this is, okay, here we go on the screen, you can vote for the best role play of the day, which is for the Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Aseel. We have the table topic master, Toastmaster Dr. Deepak, and the general evaluator, Toastmaster Rowan. So let the voting continue. By the time I just say a few words, just for the matter of time. So I also do have a lot of, when we think about father, daughter, or we think about parents as general, especially father, we think of a person who is that person who probably does not show that necessarily, outward experience, emotionally, but a person who should be strong and holds the entire household together. While mothers are more expressive in nature, whether it be for the son or for the daughter, regardless. But I realized my father's in-depth love at the time when I came to the Gulf. While we were born and brought up in Kuwait, we went through the Gulf War. And I had seen my parents and myself and my brother, we were all going through that situation. My father was standing in the queue in the airport for 24 hours to get the ticket for us. My mother and my brother and me, we were inside the airport lying down. Little did I realize what it meant for him to stand in that queue for 24 hours. He never came back and told about what he had done. fathers doesn't come and expressively tell what they've done. But when I came to the Gulf, I realized how much hard work our parents would have gone through. And I think that really makes me to salute and respect our fathers or dad or parents in particular. So very emotional ride today, and especially the topics that our table topic master has given to us as well. So wonderful. I would like to hear the remaining three at the end of the meeting. But thank you so much. Yes, Toastmaster Girija.
So only 5 people have voted like last time, though I don't know why. So I'm sharing the
It's
results.
done. It's
Yeah,
actually
it's
done
done.
because we both
Yeah.
can't vote.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So
All right.
that's what it is. So 2 people share it. Toastmaster Aseel and Toastmaster Deepak. It's a very, between the cup and the, what you call the cup and the lip, that kind of a thing it is. Very narrow win and lose. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. So congratulations to the winners, but I would say, and I usually say this, is that all of you are winners. The moment you come into this meeting, you step up, taken up the roles. Each and every one of you are winners. Obviously, the polling, we have to select only one. If given an option, I will select all of them. So yes, Toastmaster Girija will be sharing the certificates on the screens, but I would like to say hats off to each and every one of you who were part of this meeting in the roles that you have taken. Taking this moment to thank Toastmaster Aseel Saeed, who had been our Toastmaster of the day. She's joining us all the way from Kuwait. Thank you so much. The moment I put in a WhatsApp group in District 20, she was the first person who responded to me saying that I will take this role. Little did I realize that she had an energy behind her to come and take this meeting. Thanking our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Rowan Buthello. Big round of applause. Thanking you for taking your time and coming and gracing this meeting with your valuation. And definitely we'll take those points as you mentioned in our further meetings. Can't forget this person. She's been there in our meetings prior as well. Always a pleasure to have her in our meetings. The speech evaluator for today, Toastmaster Nirmala Menon. Thank you so much for joining and being a speech evaluator for us today. The best main role player for today with the votes have gone to 2 of them, Toastmaster Aseel Saeed and Toastmaster Dr. Deepak Deshpande. Congratulations to both of you.
That's it. Best table topic speaker is for me. So I
Thank
don't
you.
think. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And please feel free to connect with us for future meetings. It has been a pleasure to listen to the theme of the day today, which resonates to every human being in this planet. And hats off to all the role players who've been playing their roles today. Thank you so much. And let me take this moment to adjourn meeting 91.